Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, we are from Group 6. Today, we're gonna explain about needs in learning. Next slide, please. And the member of our group is Lutfia Maulidia, Norma Yunita, and Agus Nibima. Okay, let's move to introduction. Adult learning is different from how children learn. Adults usually have more life experience, clear learning goals, and strong internal motivation. According to Merriam and Wiersma 2014, adults learn best when the learning is beneficial, relevant to their lives, and help them solve real problems. Because of this, uh, teaching adult requires a special approach called andragogy, the art and sciences of helping adults learn in general, adult age 19 to 44 are in a stage of life where they take on roles such as working and making independent decisions. Next slide, please. And the next is we're gonna talk about characteristic of adult learners. The characteristic is experience as a learner resources. Adapt bring a wealth of prior knowledge, life experience, and professional expertise into the learning environment. These experiences serve as a researchers and influence how they observe new information. Effective adult education will often these experience staff reflective uh, activities, problem solving, and discussion. Characteristic number two is self-directness. Adult learners tend to be autonomous and self-directed. They prefer to take responsibility for their own learning, deciding what, when, and how to learn. This stem for their life experience and goal orientation. Educators should foster learner autonomy and offer opportunities for decision making and self management. Characteristic number three is goal and problem oriented. Learning for adult is usually a tight, specific goal and or problem solve, such as improving job skills, managing a project, um, or adapting to life chance. They are more motivated by learning that has immediate, relevant, and application. Problem-based and task-centered learning strategies work well with this orientation. The characteristic number four is internally motivated. While external reward like certificates or promotions might matter, most adult learners are driven by intrinsic factors such as personal growth, curiosity, job satisfaction, or the need to master the skill. Adult education should tap into the internal drive by showing the personal value and relevance of learning. The next characteristic is time constraint and responsible. Adults often juggle multiple responsibilities, job, families, and social obligations. Their time is limited and they need learn opportunities that are flexible and respectful of their commitments. Efficient format like evening classes, online modules, or self-paced courses are particularly helpful. And next is influenced by social and cultural context. Adult learners' attitude, participation styles, and need are shaped by their cultural background, socioeconomic status, community values, and past educational experiences. Learning environments should be inclusive, culturally responsive, and designed to acknowledge and value this diversity. And the last one is recognize to learn when needed. Adults become ready to learn when a life even of situation require it, such as a new job, health condition, or technological change. They learn best when the learning aligns with their current stage in life or solve it an immediate needs. Learning opportunities should be timely, relevant, and directly applicable. Next slide, please. And the next is theories of learning. The first theory is from andragogy. While some knows andragogy is a foundational theory of adult learning proposed by Malcolm Knowles. It emphasizes that adult learning differently from children. Adult learners are self-directed, bring wealth and of experience to a learning process and are motivated by your real life need and problem. They prefer learn that is relevant, problem centered, and immediately applicable to their personal or professional roles. In this approach, educators act more as facilitator than traditional instructors, guiding learners to connect content with their lived experiences. Theory number two is transformative learning from Jack Mezirow. Transformative learning, educator by Jack Mezirow, focuses on how adults change their perspective toward learning. This theory suggests that meaningful learning often begins with a disorienting dilemma, an experience that challenges a person's exciting beliefs. Self-critical reflection and dialogue with reasons their assumption and potentially shift their worldview. This theory is especially relevant for adult education that aims to foster the personal and social change. Reflective activities, group discussion, and questioning are key components of this learning process. Uh, Theories number three is experiential learning from David Cole. David Cole, experiential learning theory, argues that learning is a process from within experiences. Include identifies four stages in a learning cycle. First is concept experience, reflective observation, abstract conceptualization, and the last is active experimentation. Adult learners gain knowledge by doing something, thinking about it, drawing conclusion, and applying those conclusion to new situations. Educators can use methods such as role-playing, simulation, fight work, and reflective journal to support experiential learning in adult classroom. Next slide, please. The theory number four is self-directed learning. Self-directed learning is a process in which adults take full responsibility for their learning. This includes identifying their needs, setting goals, allocating resources, choosing strategies, and evaluating outcomes. Adults in moral are independent, motivated, and goal-oriented. The next theory is situated and social learning, Lev and Uyghur. Situated learning developed by James Lev and Etienne Finger highlights that learning is deeply embedded in social and cultural contexts. According to this theory, knowledge is best acquired self-active participant in community of practice, where learners collaborate and engage in real-world learning is seen as a social process not just an individual one. Activities such as group work, peer monitoring, and workplace-based learning provide meaningful opportunities for adult learners to grow through interaction and share experience. The last one is critical theory and emancipatory learning. Critical theory in adult learning emphasizes the role of education in promoting social justice and empowerment. This approach encourages learners to become aware of power structures, inquiry, and appreciation in society. Learning, in this sense, is not just about acquiring skill, but about transformation and liberation. Emancipatory learning involves uh, dialogue, critical thinking, and taking informed action to challenge and change uh, unjust conditions. It is especially important in contexts where adult education aims to raise conclusions and promote community engagement. Okay, the next topic can explain by Lutvia.
Now let's talk about the context factor that influence adult learning. Adult learning doesn't happen in isolation; is deeply shaped by the world around us. First, there are the sociocultural context. Things like gender, ethnicity, and culture influence how adults engage in learning. This identity can either empower or marginalize learning. Okay, next is the institution context. School, workplace, and other learning situations have their own system rules, schedule, and access that can support and access that can or limit support or limit learnings. Next is technology is another major factor. It offers flexibility and access, especially through online platform, but for some adults, lack of digital literacy and resource can be barrier. Okay, then we have workplace demands. My adult return to learning to meet job requirements or to improve their performance at work. Lastly, the economic and political context. Political funding and the state of economy can all impact whatever adults we have opportunity to learn. Okay. Uh, Next. Okay. Next is motivation and barriers in adult learning. Motivation often comes from within. Adults want to grow personally or fight for them, but they are also driven by external goals, like advance in their careers or learning gratification. But even with strong motivation, adults face barriers. Some are situations. They don't have enough time, money, or support at home. Other are situations like inflexibility, adult or limit source available, and these positional barriers are internal, such as a fear of failure or lack of confidence. And in student world, technological barriers can also arise, especially where those unfamiliar with digital tools. Recognizing this challenge help us design more effectivity and inclusive learning experience. Okay, next is role the facilitator. Facilitators are not traditional teachers. They act more as squids are mentors helping adults navigate their learning journey. The must create safe and respectful space where learning feels and her adult learning come with rich life experience, and facilitator must honor that. They also occur a critical reflection, helping learning question their assumption and thinking more deeply. The shelter must be flexible and responsive, adjust their method to suit different learning styles, needs, and background. And most importantly, the work empower learnings, building their confidence, supporting autonomy, and according life belong learning. Okay, that's all from me.
I would like to explain about strategies and approaches to adult learnings. The first strategy is problem-based learning. Learners work through real-life scenarios that reflect challenges they face in daily life or work. This encourages critical thinking and makes learning more meaningful. Second strategy is experiential learning. Involves learning through doing such as simulation, field work, or role play. It helps learners relate theory to actual experience and promotes active engagement. The third strategy, group discussion and peer sharing, allows learners to exchange ideas, experiences, and perspectives. This encourages collaboration and respect for the diverse viewpoints. The fourth is effective practice. Encourages learners to think deeply about what they've learned and how it connects to their own experiences. It helps strengthen personal understanding and growth. Um, Slide berikutnya, next slide, please. The fifth strategy is flexible delivery. Learning activities should adapt to the learner's time, location, and preferred methods. For example, online, hybrid, or face-to-face. This helps remove barriers and supports participation. The sixth strategy is learner-centered approach. Learners are actively involved in decision-making during the learning process. Their experiences, needs, and goals guide the direction of learning. Um, the learning style. The, the first learning style, visual learners. Visual learners grasp information most effectively through visual stimulation. They excel when information is presented in the form of diagrams, charts, videos, and writing instruction. This learning style emphasizes the importance of visual aids in understanding and retaining information. For instance, visual learners might benefit from watching animated lesson or reviewing for color-coded notes, as these methods align with their preference for visual input. Um, the second learning is auditory learners. Auditory learners process information based through listening. They thrive in environments where they can engage with spoken content, such as lectures, podcasts, or group discussion. This learning style highlights the significance of verbal communication and learning. Auditory learners often find it helpful to read aloud or discuss topics with others to reinforce their understanding. Their ability to recall information is often enhanced when it has been heard rather than read. The learning styles, kinesthetic learners. Kinesthetic learners learn most effectively through physical activities and hands-on experiences. They prefer to engage in tasks that involve movement and manipulation, such as experiments, building projects, or real-life application. This learning style underscores the importance of active participation in the learning process. Kinesthetic learners often find it easier to understand concepts when they can physically interact with the material, making learning more tangible, and memorable. The first learning style is multimodal learners. Multimodal learners utilize a combination of visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learning styles. They benefit from a varied approach to learning, incorporating different methods to enhance understanding and retention. This learning style suggests that a mix of visual aids, spoken content, and hands-on activities can be particularly effective. Multimodal learners often adapt their learning strategies based on the task at hand, drawing on the strength of each learning style to optimize their learning experience. Next slide, please. So I will explain the conclusion. So the conclusion of this material from our group is adult learning is not just about gaining knowledge, but about applying in meaningful ways. This presentation has explained the unique needs of adult learners and how they differ from children in terms of motivation, learning style, and life experience. It highlights key theories such as andragogy, experiential learning, and and transformation learning, which shows that adults learn best when the content is practical, relevant, and connected to their real life situation. This presentation also discussed the importance of social, cultural, and institutional factors, as well as common challenges like time, finances, and self-confidence. Effective teaching strategies such as problem-based learning, group discussion, and flexible delivery were able to emphasize. Overall, understanding these elements helps educators create a learning environment that empowers adults and supports their personal and professional growth. I think that's all I can say. I can present of this PPT.
Sorry for our mistakes and thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.